Welcome to the Best Bulls Ranch. In this episode, I'm going to go over one of the #1 things you can do to make your dog live a healthier, happier lifestyle and extend their lifetime. And that's going to be fasting. Yes, it sounds crazy, but just stay tuned and wait for the explanation. Also, we're going to show the Best Bulls life, of course, just going through life. We're going to show puppy feeding. We're going to show the milkman puppies. We're going to show off the studs a little bit more. We're going to show off this boy. So make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be a really good The Best Bulls episode. Baba, Wick, go. Good. They're too crazy, man. All right, so we're gonna go feed some dogs, talk dog stuff. Now we have a lot of stuff going on right now as far as like the kennel progress goes. But Baba, stop, leave him alone. But it doesn't look like much because a lot of stuff to be like ordered. Like we have the rest of the outdoor pens and play pens coming from like Poland, I forget where, Portugal. We have the dog like statues and stuff like that. They're gonna look really cool and go on the end of stuff coming from Russia. So before those certain things can't get done before those things come in. And then we have the stack stone coming and then the floor coming. So it has to be done in a proper order. So like, for example, like just the pens that are coming for outside are stalling up on a lot of things, but we still have to wait a month for that, you know? Baba, Wick, sit. We got obedience is key with dogs. Baba, sit. These are my guard dogs. Everyone knows that. Right, good boys. Stay. Wick in. Baba in. Baba, go. Good boys. All right, look at my boy Milkman, looking amazing. Tiny little stack boy. And so I've said this before. A lot of people ask me, and about bulldogs is they don't really mature until 2 years old. So until about 2 years old, they're not fully mature. Now I've said this a bunch of times again. Baba, no, they don't get full height. I mean, they get around full height, full length, like dimensionally, around 6 to 9 months. But then as far as the thickness goes, the head size goes, everything, they don't really fill out until about 2 years. And same thing with humans. Like you'll see, like, you know, for example, a male, a guy will be, you know, full height and everything, you know, 16, 17, 18, but then they're gonna continue to thicken up in the bone structure and everything, in the jaw, all that stuff as they get older. So it's the same thing with dogs. So Milkman, he's obviously full height. Crazy nice structure, but he's not even close to getting to filling out his thickness. Baba, come. Baba, come. Baba, come. Good boy. He's not even close to being filled out in his thickness and his you know, his arms, the head, and all that stuff. Even though right now he looks awesome, and production wise he's producing amazing because his parents are so nice. And we're gonna showcase more of those puppies right now. In a second, we'll go inside and see the three puppies we got off his litter, 3 females that look like little males, look really nice. And the reason also too, for people that don't understand, and the reason that, like, you'll hear someone say, oh, my female looks like a male, it's a compliment. Because in the dog world, the males are the thicker, prettier dogs normally. The females are the thinner dogs. So like, especially in the bulldogs, Jerry, get down. Especially with bulldogs, the males are the bigger headed, thicker look, and majority of the time they're known as the prettier ones. So when you have a female and you say, hey, it looks like a stud or a male, that's a compliment. In the human world, not so much. You know why the female look like male. And let me know in the comments down below if you like male or female dogs. Me personally, if you like male or female dogs more, everyone has a preference. Me personally, I like male dogs more. And my whole life growing up, usually like the other sexes, they like the opposite sex. Even like humans, the dogs and all that stuff, they just like that. That's from my knowledge. But growing up, I only had female dogs. I only wanted female dogs. And when I started breeding bulldogs, obviously I had to get a male. And when I kept the male, I loved them, and I had another male, loved them, and they're just calmer. And from my experience, and it's pretty common knowledge, bulldogs in the male form are normally calmer, statistically speaking, calmer, nicer, prettier, and I usually like them more. Don't get me wrong, I still have females I love, but the males are just so sweet, so cute. Like, look at my boy King Escobar. He's just so calm, so nice. Milk, wants attention, everyone's in. These are all boys right here. So Wick's a boy, all boys. Calm down, Milk. But Milkman actually, he's a little bit more like energetic. Milkman's actually a little bit more spunky like a female, but he's still really cool. Not aggressive, everything. So I like that about him. But Escobar's very calm. Fury's very calm. Excuse the mess, guys. We have to pressure wash all this, but life on the ranch is constant work. I mean, I think a lot of times people don't even understand how much work it is. Like, I see all the nices, you're so lucky, and I am lucky, don't get me wrong, but also a lot of work, a lot of managing, a lot of everything. We have this much property, this many things, this many buildings, you know, everything. I'm gonna do, actually, mark my words, for this episode, so it's not done now, right? You see the doors need to be washed, the coop needs to be pressure washed, and this is just stuff. The floor needs to be pressure washed. Look at this floor, it's bad. For this video, I'm gonna pressure wash it, so we're gonna show before and after in like 3, 2, 1, now. And hopefully, I got it done, and we're gonna show the B-roll of this that you see right now of everything pressure washed looking nice. So that's the goal. And cut back now to me, looking present, looking so nice. All the boys looking nice though, studs are nice. Come on, Milk, be nice to him. Yeah, look at my boy. Kilo, come on, boy. Look at Kilo ran. Kilo, come. There we go, Kilo. Good boy, Kilo. So with Bulldogs too, really, I'm gonna reiterate this again. I've told it a ton of times. It's super hot now. I'm in Florida, Central Florida. It's end of July. This is probably the highest time of year. Guys, when you have dogs, even Newfoundland, you know, long-haired, Bulldogs, whatever, when you have dogs, be very careful. I tend to keep my dog, like the Bulldogs right now, we have overcast, it's about to storm, but I tend to take my Bulldogs out less during these hotter times of the year. They stay inside more, and when I do take them out, I take them out when there's overcast, I take them out when it's nighttime, I take them out when it's really early. Me, I'm a nighttime person, so my dogs usually go out multiple times at night, and like I'll be out here at 2 a.m. just, you know, on my phone, answering you guys and all that stuff, and then the dogs will be out because it's a lot cooler. But you have to be very careful with Bulldogs. If they, or any dog, and if your dog does get overheated, do not stuff water down its mouth right away. There's a bunch of different things you can do, but make sure that if you see your dog starting to breathe, pant abnormally, throw up, get them to a cool environment right away. Rubbing alcohol all over their body, that opens up the pores. There's a couple other things you can do as well too. I'll list them right here in a second. 3, 2, 1, boom. Done. So that's just something, if your dog ever gets overheated, you want to make sure that you do any of these things. Don't do the wrong things, because I actually, for one time, one of my dogs attacked one of those bufo toads. They're called cane toads. They're in South Florida, in Miami. They're invasive, and she bit it and it releases a toxin that sort of like numbs them, and it can kill the dog. So me being very stupid and uneducated, I jammed a hose in her mouth to man, I can't believe this. It gives me chills just thinking about it. I'm so mad. It was Kimura, like my first, like, I love her. She's still alive. But anyhow, I jammed the hose in her mouth to try to wash her mouth out so she didn't have that poison, so it didn't kill her, which she would have been fine probably. But I also aspirated and stuffed water down her throat, so then I almost killed her doing that. What does this person want? You know, going back and forth on the thing. I want to know what they want. Anyhow, so that was really bad. And because I was uneducated and didn't know that I'm supposed to put the hose in. If your dog ever like eats something that's poisonous, this is a good thing. I'll show you how to do it. This is really good, important, because for example, my dog attacked one of those poisonous frogs, so it's dangerous. So if you're going to rinse their mouth out, I'll show you on Wick. I'm telling you, like, it honestly hurts my feelings even talking about it, because I know I can like rewind it in my head and I know what I did, and I felt so bad that I did it to her. But I was just trying to help her. But I'm gonna do this on Wick. Wick, come here. So if your dog ever eats something poison, you wanna rinse their mouth out with a hose. You don't stuff it down their mouth. That can aspirate them. Hey, stop. Wick, come. Wick, come here. Wick, sit. What you do is you put it in their mouth You hold their mouth open and you put it at 45 degrees, rinsing their mouth out. So stop. I'm gonna put it right here and I'm rinsing their mouth out. I hold this back jaw open and I put 45 degrees. So that way, because if you do the hose anywhere aimed, like this is my mouth, if you do the hose anywhere aimed towards the throat, it's gonna stuff water down their throat, and then there's a good chance it doesn't go down in the stomach, it goes down into the lungs. Any water in the lungs is super deadly, causes infection, aspirates them, kills anybody. Also too, there's like charcoal stuff you can give the dog that is good, but that's just the first step if you're rinsing their mouth out to make sure you do it safely. Don't ever jam in their throat. I almost killed my dog. It cost, I think I spent like $5,000 in emergency bills. My dog had to be there. Kamora had to be there for days in oxygen and everything. It was a horrible experience. Look at my boys right here. Look at this. Record this. I'm so proud of my boys. I love them all so much. They look so friggin' nice. Let me know in the comments how you think. Which one's your favorite stud? Personality-wise, looks-wise, everything. Boys, come on, let's go inside. It's starting to rain. I just let them out quick. It's about to pour, so just let them out real quick. And my boys are locked inside and they go out multiple times. But hey, Fury, come on. So right now, they have the outdoor pens, but I also like to let them out and they can go in and out in their outdoor pens. Sometimes I lock the pens so they stay in or out. But I also like to have them free time in the yard to run around because we don't have the big outdoor play pens done yet. Good job, President. Hey, enough! Come on, let's go, Fury, let's go. Esper, let's go. No, Esper, no. Esper, no. There's your pen. Good God. Good job, Esper. That's your pen. Kilo, Fury, let's go. Hey. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Fury, let's go. Kilo, come. Kilo, come. Kilo, come. Let's go. Let's go see. So let's go see what that truck was doing. So it looked like a electric truck or whatever. But I want to go see. So the good news, wake Baba, come. The good news about living where I live is I live on a private road, dead end road. I can monitor everything. We have cameras, but actually that's another big thing we have coming. Should be next week where we have a huge security system being installed in the whole property, even on my road. So we can monitor everything. Just as far as monitoring like the dogs, it's just more eyes, the better. Like I always say, more attention, the better. And then on top of that, just for safety reasons, you know? That's why I have the dogs too. But it was like an energy truck. I want to see what they're doing. They're going back and forth. Wick, stay close. Wick, here. Baba, here. Baba, come. Wick, Baba, sit. Sit. Baba. Baba, Wick, stay. Baba, Wick, stay. I just want to know what they're doing. Baba, Wick, stay. Stay. So the boys, they're good. They're being trained. They're also going to bite school as well too, so they can learn that. But I love those boys. They're being good. Baba, look at Baba. Baba, stay. Baba wants to. Baba. Sit. I want to know what they're doing. I guess they might be inspecting the lines. I don't know. Baba, sit. Good. Baba, lay down. Good. Baba, lay down. Stay. Stay, Baba. Wick, stay. Good. Let's see. What is it? What is it? Big Grand something? I don't know what he's doing. What?
Bug guard service is what it said.
Okay. It's weird. He's going back and forth. Big Baba, come. Anyhow, I'd like to see what's going on. Stop. Okay. So, also really important, these are bigger dogs and they need more exercise. With your dogs, and with my dogs, I love my dogs, I want them to be as happy and healthy as possible. They need exercise, right? But bulldogs don't need to be ran around. They just need to go out, have fun, move around. You don't need to take them on long walks, especially if it's hot, don't ever do that. But I'm a big advocate of the dogs need space. Obviously bulldogs sleep a lot of time, and that's fine. They can go in their pens and sleep, but they can't live in their pens. They have to come out, they have to move, they have to have sun, they have to, play, and that's gonna make them happier, and happier dogs are gonna be healthier dogs because their immune system's gonna be elevated. It's proof. Even with humans, like If you're a happier human being, you're gonna be a healthier human being. Your immune system is gonna be stronger, and everything's gonna be better because of that. So I treat the dogs the same way. I want them happy in every aspect. It's gonna make them, healthier. It's gonna make them live longer. It's gonna make them, better pets. What's up, boys? These boys need a lot more exercise than bulldogs. I love bulldogs for that reason, because if you're like a on-the-go person, which I am, and you don't have a lot of time, or you just don't want a dog that you have to go running with and work all the time, then you get a bulldog because they don't need Baba. They don't. He's gonna mess around because they don't need a lot of work. They don't need a lot of exercise. They just want to go outside, a couple times a day, and then chill with you, which I love that chill kind of dog. You want a more, hyper dog that you're gonna do tons of stuff with and do tons of athletic things with. You don't get a bulldog. You get, a Malinois or a terrier or something like that, depending on what you exactly want. Right, Baba? Right, Wick? Good boys. All right, so let's go inside. Let's check out some puppies. And, I'll show you the back. Come on, I'll show you the back real quick. So, I'll show you the back real quick. So we have the dogs going in and out. We got doggy doors going on. The back, I'll turn the lights on. The back, we put some hoses in. It's just a little bit of stuff, but it makes everything easier. So the pens that are coming from Portugal are coming. Hey, Baba, come. Baba, come. Wick, come. Baba, Wick, come. The pens that are coming from Portugal are coming on this side. They're gonna be right here, but we installed the hoses now all the way down, so it makes it a lot easier to clean out the pens, give dogs water, do everything. Guys, stop. And then we got the floor coming in. We got all kinds of stuff coming, but it's going well right now. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions, any questions, anything. I love suggestions, I love questions, and I appreciate your support so much. And obviously make sure you subscribe. Check out our other channels on TikTok, The Best Bulls and The Best Bulls Ranch. We have both of them. Check out our Instagram, The Best Bulls and The Best Bulls Ranch, and Facebook as well too. Facebook, be very careful though, guys. Like I always say, I'm probably, and not something I'm not proud of, I'm probably the most impersonated dog, definitely most impersonated bulldog person in the world. So you have to be very, very careful when you think you're talking to me. Make sure you get my number, you call me. My number's right here, 305-393-2225. Email me. Don't think for a second that you're going to, don't ever send anybody money online when you're dealing with dogs, unless you talk to them, you FaceTime, and when you FaceTime, you see the person, you engage with them. Any kind of spelling errors or weird language that doesn't look natural is normally not. It's normally you're talking to nothing against foreigners, but all the foreigners are the ones in Africa, in Asia. They're the ones scamming, and their English is not good. So make sure if you think you're talking to me, you make sure you're talking to me. You FaceTime me. You can ask me to hold up a sign. I'll hold up a sign for you so you know it's me. But don't get tricked. Now let's go inside. Let's check out the Milkman puppies. 3 girls, so nice. I honestly want to keep all 3 of them. I can't keep all 3 of them, but that's how nice they are. So, and just to reiterate again how it's a nice day out. It is raining a little bit. Most dogs don't mind this rain. It's a great weather to take the dog out. It's chill, sun's not beating, and everything. And like I always say, with bulldogs especially, always monitor as much as possible, because even in this weather, if there was a rat they were trying to get to, or dogs were in heat and they were just humping like crazy, dogs can overheat, dogs can get their anxiety levels up, and bad things can happen. So number 1 rule, like I always talk about, is attention to everything. That's gonna get you the best results and keep you your dog's the safest, statistically speaking. All right, boys, let's go inside. So we got the Milkman puppies, and I'm gonna show you them. They are now 4.5 weeks old. They'll be 5 weeks on Sunday. It's Thursday, yeah. So 4.5 weeks old. They're in the little bin you saw, and this is probably like the last couple of days where they're gonna be in a bin like this, because they're getting old enough where their feet are under them. They're walking really well. So now they can go in one of our drop crates where they have, a soft, flat surface, and they have the wire where they can go pee and poop. keeps them cleaner. Right now they're peeing and pooping, but we still have them nursing on the mom. So at this age, they're still peeing and pooping 90% of the time outside of the box. When they pee and poop in the box, obviously we change the pad. But it's getting to the point where now they're gonna start peeing and pooping not when the mom licks them, and that's gonna lead to the box being a mess. So you wanna get them to a place where they can do their own thing. And they have more space to walk, which now they're walking because, excuse me, because when they're in the larva state, all they do is sleep, eat, pee, poop, sleep, eat, pee, poop, and they pee and poop with the mom, and then you just make sure you keep the pad clean. But they're getting to another stage. So check this out. This is, I think about a scruff, doesn't hurt them, okay? I love my babies. This is the milk tea. She's my keeper, and I love her. We're gonna call her T. She's getting a little hungry now. That's why she's gonna go a little crazy. But these milkman puppies are just out of control, so nice. And I think, so they're going on 5 weeks. 5 weeks is when we normally start on mush, but they have crazy teeth. Because I also supplement them a little bit too, to make sure they stay a little fat, and one of them is like a little bit weaker than the rest, so I supplement her more. But that being said, I'll show you all three of them. So this is milk tea. They're not 5 weeks yet, but I'm gonna start on mush today. Well, I'm gonna put milk. We'll do it right now. It'll be the first feeding. I'm gonna put a little milk pan down and see if they'll just lap the milk. And once they lap the milk, then I know that I can add mush to it, or add some thickness to it. This is cookie dough, right here. Super nice little girl. And the reason I love this litter is because all three of them are really small, short-backed, nice round head with a good rope. So I love that. This is cookie dough. She's nice. And normally she's actually a little crazier than milk tea, but she's being chill right now. Look at her. Right, baby. Say hi, cookie dough. And now the last one is the smallest one. It's I call her Cow. I don't have a good name for her. I gotta clean her legs. Her legs are a little. She has like a little milk on her legs, but we'll clean her up. But this is Cow, dairy cow, whatever. We got to come up with a name for her. If you can think of a cool name for her, let me know. Something that correlates with like the milkman, all that. Cow just doesn't sound as cute to me, but she's really, really nice. Small, thick, nice head, circular head, everything. Hey, baby. How are you doing? Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments which one you think is your favorite. We'll call her Cow for now, but if you have a good name, cute name, let me know. If I don't use a name, doesn't mean your name wasn't bad, just not what I wanted to use. But actually, funny, as people will send me a lot of names for dogs, and I won't use it for that specific dog, but I'll write it down and be like, oh, that's a good name. I'm gonna use it for another dog. So I always appreciate the names. But those are the Milkman puppies, his first litter ever. The Milkman started producing very good semen at a young age. 6 months, he was already really good. I think we bred him for this litter about like 7.5 months. He was that old, so not old at all. And there's no harm on a young male breeding. As soon as their semen count is good, like for example, we bred him at 7.5 months. There's no damage being done. It's not bad for milkman. Now, I would never breed a female that young though. Our rule is at least 2 heats. On the second heat is the earliest I would breed a female, and they would have to be over a year old. So that's my recommendation on breeding females. But males, as long as they have good semen, they're good to go. So I think let's feed the puppies their first meal where they eat by themselves, if they will do it. So we're gonna try that right now. I'm not sure if they're gonna eat. I think these two will. This little girl's a little underdeveloped, so maybe. But so all you need for first feeding, I like these little dishes. They're flat saucers. Just put a little bit of milk in there. Like, what I mean by little is like just so you just get the coats the bottom. It's not like deep. And then you got to show them it. They don't know about this now. And then you just have to touch their face on it normally so they taste it. This girl's gonna do it, watch. Taste it, baby. And then they'll do, they're confused at first. This girl might too. Just touch your face. Just the face, not the nose. Just their lips so they can taste it. Come on, baby, taste it. There we go. Good. They might not do it. That's why I usually start at 5 weeks, but these guys have really developed teeth. Come on, baby. Eat. There we go. Look at. Just show her gently. Yeah. Oh, lapping. Look at that. There we go. Haha. One down. Lapping. Good. It's a message out. Look, I'm already getting milk everywhere because you have to. And the leg splaying is fine. She's still learning how to walk. She's good though. Now, let's see if we can get this girl. She was being actually harder. I thought this one would be the easier one to get. Come on, baby. She doesn't like it. I'm not being mean. I used to just show their face. I'm just lightly putting their face down, but she doesn't want it. She's the hungrier one too. Let's see if we can get this little girl to eat. This little girl I don't think's gonna eat. Oh, she did the easiest one. Look at that. Yes. And then it's no problem if they don't want to eat. These are 4.5-week-old puppies. This girl's doing amazing. If they don't want to eat, it's not a problem, because I'll just keep them on the mom. They're gonna still go on the mom, and I can supplement them as well too. But usually around 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, you wean them. And it all depends too on the puppy. Some puppies are more or less developed than others, just like humans. Some kids mature a little faster or slower, and it's fine. It doesn't matter. Some puppies might start like this girl right here. That wants nothing to do with it. And this is my biggest eater too. She eats the most on mom, and if I supplement her, which I really don't much because she eats on mom, she doesn't eat much. But this girl's eat a ton. This milk tea is my keeper right here. She's so nice. Milk tea. Oh, so always content related. We gotta get some pictures. Let's get some pictures of the cowboy. So we had to stop and record and take some pictures for some TikTok and Instagram content. So it was a success. We got this girl to eat, and once they start laughing, it makes it so much easier to deal with puppies. But they're still young. They're not 5 weeks yet, and a couple days is a big difference. This girl doesn't want to eat at all. This is the one I thought that would eat. Come on, baby, eat. There we go. Oh, no, she doesn't want to at all. And sometimes you have to put it on them. Like, I'll just put it on her. There we go. Hey. Oh, look, I put it in her mouth. Now she's tasting it. I think I'm going to get her to do it. See, I put it on my finger, put it in her mouth. Now, come on. There we go. Hey, babe. Look it. Look, babe. See if I can get her to do it. Put my finger. Does not want to do it, man. I can't believe it. So, success, we had these two eat. This girl didn't eat. I'll try again probably tomorrow. And then as they get closer, as they get 5 weeks, we'll do more and more and more, and then they'll eventually be weaned off the mom. Mom's still producing milk, so it's good. And that was definitely a success. And I hope you learned. Let me know if you have any questions about this, about the milk. I could have mixed it probably a little bit better. Still have some chunks there, but it's still fine. And whenever you're mixing the water and milk, if you're erring on the cautious side, you want to be a little bit more water than milk, so 2-to-1 ratio. If you go 2 1/4 of water and 1 of milk, you're good, but you don't want to go too high concentration of milk. Okay, let's go feed the adult dogs. I gotta feed them now. I feed them late, so I feed them usually somewhere between 3 and 11 or 3 and 10 p.m. Those are normally my normal time, but usually at 3 and 10 p.m. And that gives them the 8-hour window. And I'm gonna explain that when we get down there as I'm feeding them. So let's put these girls away, and let's continue feeding dogs. I feed in like an 8-hour window. That's the max window I feed them. The first meal is still the same. Changing the regimen a little bit. The first meal is their wet food mixed with their vitamins, and then the second meal is their and it's a smaller meal too, is their just straight dry food. So first meal is more complex. The boys, I'm doing the boys' food right now, because I do the boys a little differently. And I emulsify it. I've talked about it before. It helps one, them absorb the nutrients better, and 2, digestion. So which is a similar thing. That the boys also get a stud supplement. I've been trying this new one to see how it works. They get a stud supplement, helps their reproduction, and then I mix it up and I give it to the boys. And sometimes I get we're not adding the eggs today, but I'm adding eggs. That's why we have the fruit trees now and the garden that's getting made, so you can add more stuff. But actually not adding eggs right now because the chickens, we got new chickens like we showed in the last episode, but they like sort of started fighting a little bit, so we had to separate them because they had the older ones pick on the younger ones, and then the older ones stopped producing a little bit. So we're running a little bit low on egg production, so I'm only doing eggs like every other day now because I'm not making enough. But soon the chickens get happy again, and the younger ones start producing. Every single day, dogs get fresh eggs. Every dog gets 1 egg a day. All right, so this is Escobar. Escobar's first meal is big. That's how much he gets. And like I always said too, so that was like probably a cup and a half. It's one huge cup. And if I notice Escobar getting too fat, I'll feed him less. I notice him being too thin, I'll feed him more. I pay attention to all my dogs. So I always feed them individually so I can make sure see how much they eat. Escobar's in this stall right here. Esky, what's up, boy? Get you stuff out of your eyes. He had a little bit of gunk in his eyes. He's good. He usually won't eat right away. What was he gonna eat? No. So that's the thing too. So again, Escobar, he usually will eat his food in that first 30-minute, hour window. He normally won't eat right away. That's normal for him. Other dogs, like Fury, eats usually right away, and if he didn't eat right away, I would think something's up with him. So that's why I love to feed him. I always talk about that. Look at this. This is disgusting. I'm allergic to dogs. I have to have special cream on it, but now it'll go away soon. But yeah, I'm allergic to dogs, but I don't care. I take it. So we're gonna feed the rest of the boys. Let's feed Fury. And Fury's right here. Sorry, go ahead. Fury has a little bit of pee, so don't show the pee right there. Yeah, you can show this. This is feeding Fury. Good boy. And notice too how I have them locked in right now. I lock them in to eat, and they go out in their stalls during the day. Again, the facility's not done. Like, we're gonna have automatic doors that are on electric and all that stuff, but it's just not done. There's just so many moving parts. We gotta finish those stalls now. That's coming. The cameras are coming, so I'm gonna be able to look at every dog inside, outside, all around the property. I'm really excited about that. But I appreciate everyone's support so much. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. Click down below right now and hit the like for sure and comment. This is one of the biggest tips to keeping your dog healthy and keeping them live longer, okay? So nutrition is one. Number two is the duration of feeding them. And it might even be more important than the nutrition. I'm not a scientist, but there's a lot of studies going on right now and have been going on, is you can, even with people too as well, I'm gonna get more into it, and if you wanna research it, please research it more as well yourself, but it's like intermittent fasting is extremely healthy. One, because you're losing weight, but there's a lot more to that, okay? There's the fact that when you're intermittent fasting, when you're letting your body eat away at itself, eat away at the stored glucose, stored fat cells, now your body is also getting rid of bad cells that are cancerous cells, disease cells, cells that are bad. And I'll give you a study. There's a big study, I think, done by Harvard, where they took rats, mice or whatever, and they had two groups. And there's been lots of studies like this. I'm just giving you one of the studies, and it's a very reputable study. They had two groups of mice, and they gave the mice the same exact food, same amount of food every day. One group of mice got it fed to them every couple hours, the same, like, here's a pound of food, here's a little bit of it, a little bit of it, a little bit of it, a little bit, throughout 24 hours, non-stop. So they're fed consistently. The other group of mice only got fed for an hour. Same amount of food, same everything. And the mice that got fed for an hour lived 30% longer and performed a lot better on every single athletic, functional test. The reason being is it's just a healthier way of living. It allows your body to reset, allows your body to kill old and bad cells. And there's a lot of science behind it, and it's very good. It's good for people to intermittent fast, as far as longevity, as far as energy, as far as testosterone, HGH production, as far as all these other things that go on. And I know I just said testosterone, HGH, and there's been people like, oh, this guy uses steroids. I'm very clean. I was in a horrible accident where I lost my kidney and lost a spleen. I lost one kidney and lost my spleen. So I have to be healthy, and I can't take any drugs in. So I'm very clean, and I'm an advocate of being clean. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm a naturalist. But that being said, so right there, if I change my dog's eating routine, where I used to feed them every 12 hours. So they eat 12 hours, eat at 12 hours, pretty much like, or somewhere every 10 hours. So they would eat like, 10 a.m., they'll eat again at 10 p.m., you know, so they don't get hungry. But the fasting is natural in the animal kingdom, in the human world, in the dog world, and it's a lot healthier for them as far as keeping them healthier, keeping them happier, and letting and allowing them to live longer and in a better life. So since I do that, and there's science behind me doing that, and there's science behind dogs doing that, my dogs are now on that 8-hour window where my dogs fast every day at least 16 hours, and at least once a week I let them fast 24 hours. So I do 16 hours, meaning I feed them in an 8-hour window. I'll feed them at 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. or whatever. I know it's not 8 hours, but if they eat at 3 p.m. and they eat at 10 p.m., they're gonna finish, by before 11. They at least getting fed in that 8-hour window, and they have a good 16 hours of fasting, which is very healthy. You want to fast at least 12 hours, but more better. 16 is great. I do 16 myself, always, sometimes more. And then once a week, I do a full 24-hour fast. So I might feed them at 3 p.m. and I won't feed them again the next day until 3 p.m. And then again, I go back to the regular schedule, feeding them twice. And I feed my dogs I feed bulldogs twice a day because they have a tendency to have stomach bloat and twist their stomachs, and it can be deadly. So I feed them smaller meals twice a day instead of one big meal. On my German Shepherd and my Newfoundland, they get one big meal a day all the time. But my bulldogs get 2 meals a day in an 8-hour window, and then once a week, at least once a week, not too much, don't do too much obviously, at least once a week I do a 24-hour fast. And dogs are fine, they're super healthy. Some people might say this is cruel, but I do everything for, even, don't do this with puppies though, only with adult dogs. This puppy is eating a lot, but with only adult dogs to do that. And I do this to help my dogs make sure they stay healthy and they live a happy, healthy life. And that's why I do that. There's a lot of science behind that. I'm a very factual person, so I like to go off facts. I like to, as far as their nutrition goes, I like to feed them a protein-based diet, majority. I like to do the fasting for the dogs because there's a lot of science behind it. It's been proven and it works. They live longer, 30% longer. And I love my dogs, so I want to do everything for them possible. A couple other things with the intermittent fasting with dogs. I'm trying to think, make sure I covered everything. Only adult dogs. If you notice your dog leaner, too lean, up the food amount of food that you give them during the time that you feed them. If you notice your dog a little too fat, lower the food in the time that you feed them. So that's very easy, and that's why, again, number one rule is pay attention. I pay attention to all my dogs. I see Khaleesi being a little bit too lean, I feed her more. And then I also make sure she's dewormed, all that stuff, no parasites, anything like that, because that can make them leaner. If I see a puppy too lean, anything, I'm gonna feed them more or feed them less based on that. Puppies though, you want to feed a lot. This boy is like 14 weeks and over 3 months, but he's still getting fed good amount, as much as he wants. He's a baby. My daughter is 2 years old, almost 2 years old. She's not intermittent fasting like me. She's eating as much as she wants. But when she gets in the teenage years, a little older, we'll probably do the 16-hour fasting, which is extremely healthy, good for a million different reasons. I'm not going to get into all of them now. I'm not a scientist. I don't even know all the words to it, but I've read the studies and it makes sense to me, and that's why I do it. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me, disagree with me, if you like it, if you're going to try it. And I've noticed no negative effects on my dogs. If anything, I've only noticed positive effects. And obviously they're still super happy, and but it'll take time obviously to see a lot of positive effects. I've only been doing it for about 2 months now. With mice, the reason scientists do it with mice is because they're mammals. They have similar systems to dogs to us, but their lifespan is so much shorter, so you can see the full results throughout a span. Versus if you do it on humans, it takes a little bit longer to see results. But we do see results. Even there's lots of tests on humans that works. I don't know if there's a test on dogs. But again, mammals, same characteristics and all the benefits. There's really no negative to intermittent fasting either for a healthy human or a healthy mammal. All right, so back we got our Escobar Fury son. I call him Escobar Fury son because he's Escobar's direct son off of Fury's daughter, so bred to Fury's daughter. So he's a combination of both of them, and he really is, and he looks awesome. 90% sure I'm keeping him. He'll be one of my new studs. I need a name for him. I still do not have a name for him. I take pride in my names. I like my names. Some people say I always have good names. Some people don't like them, but I like them. So it needs to be right. I need to think about it, but I don't have a perfect name yet, but hopefully we'll have a good name soon. Make sure you subscribe to all our channels down below. I have everything. I have the channels tagged. I have my phone number. I have my email, all that stuff. And let me know if you also too if you want to see anything specific. And I appreciate your support, and stay tuned for the next episode.